This isn't gonna be a live IG, and I'm not going to be happy as I should be. This thing ain't working the way I planned. I want y'all to actually be able to see me, but you know, gotta be careful how I aim the light. I really don't want it like I don't want it blinding me, but I don't want it blinding the neighbors. Maybe this might work better. It's working slightly less better. God damn it. Still blinding the neighbors though. Okay, we're just gonna have to deal with that. So, this isn't gonna be long. Anybody's here, it's probably gonna be like 10 minutes, maybe 15 at best. So, we're gonna do some martial arts stuff. But these are pugils, homemade of course, with a thin bow. Pugils are so that you can take hits while training, so that you don't get hurt as bad. And there's that spider. Let's put that on back around. And I don't kill spiders, man. So if you're training and you're doing this for training, it's fine. But when you get into a real fight, you're pretty only going to do this and not this part. Alright? This part's fine at home. You get in the streets, boom, boom. Not boom. She tar that shit. Boom, boom, boom. Now this part, boom, boom, boom. You're fine. Block, 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 block. Have your highs and your lows. This is a short range stick. As you can see, it's not very tall. Now, it's waist level. Because the pewds keep it unbalanced, you can roll it up on your foot, and you can attempt to do that. Let's try it again. In real fights, don't do this though. Okay? Because you're going to get hurt. Or hurt real bad. Now you see why you don't do all that whirling. And apparently, my alarm's going off. Okay, so short range, understand the distance. It's a short stick. You're going to have to literally get in to hurt somebody. Because your base is right there. That's it. From the wrist to there. That's it. Now, I'm going to get the other one in a second. You know, I custom made this shit myself. You see how it came under? Which is why you got to be careful whirling, because if it comes under, it can catch your chin and you might be going to sleep. Okay? That's why I like this here. This is playtime. This is at home. This is dojo shit. If that's what you want to do in your dojo, I am not going to judge you. Don't do that shit in the street. This one's a little bit longer range. It's got a personal handle. You know, I forgot where the handle came from, but it was something cool that was broke, so I took it and I modified it. So, you can unscrew it, and as you can see, this will come off. But I just thought the shit looked cool. So, it's a personally made pugil stick. As you can see, I need to go buy some noodles and remake them. No. So, maximum range, minimum range. Max. And because this is a proper, I should have did this end because that end's a little bit more straight. So, straight, boom, 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 boom. Block, 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 block. None of this. Alright? This here, the handle kind of makes it a little bit difficult. So you're going to have to be real careful. But in doing this, you can also drop it, get it on your foot, see if I can get it right this time. Handle's fucking it up. But now you understand. Boom. 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 High, high, low, low, strike, strike. Block, 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 block. Block high, block high, block low, block low. Now understand, this is for training, so that when you hit somebody, you can swing it fairly hard, and most of the pugils are thicker than this, so it's not going to hurt as much. I had to go with what I had, so these pugils are not thick, and they do sting. They let you know you've been hit, you know. Now, while I'm doing that, let me make sure I explain what I just done. So if someone has a stick, and they're hitting, you want to get hit more outer thigh or inner thigh versus top of thigh, because there's a less chance of them breaking your femur from the side than breaking it from the front. Now, if you're a doctor, you can correct me. If you're not a doctor, shut the fuck up. I understand that in all sports martial arts, if you notice, they always kick on the outside of the legs or the inside. They don't kick at the top, all right? They kick on the outside. You don't want to believe me? Go watch the video, please. And when you see them do a turning round, the target's always the outside. It's never right here because your fucking femur's right there. You know? So if they're gonna kick, it's gonna be on the side, it's gonna be on the back where you have much more fat on your back and on your side versus more bone on the top. So your fatty tissues on the inside, outside, and backside. And if you go get a human encyclopedia, it will show you how the human body looks when there's no skin on top. So if you're gonna strike with these or these, the pugils are to protect the ribs. That's why they're thick, you know, so that you don't feel as much pain, but you're gonna know you've been hit. And if you're not careful and you miss the pugil and you get hit with this fucking stick, you're gonna fucking know it. So, you know, boom, boom, boom. Now usually there's somebody else with another pugil, so you're blocking and blocking. You guys know, you see it in the movies all the time. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top, top, bottom, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. You get the shit. And yes, I just fucked that up. This was bottom and this was top, and I fucked up. Okay? I own that shit. Anyway, the bottom line is practicing with pugils lets you know how it feels to be hit with a stick to a degree. Now, I say that to a degree because it depends on who the fuck is swinging the pugil. You got somebody like me that's just training you just to train and not trying to like ram that shit into you, then you have a good chance. Now, primary targets, if you're going to train somebody with pugils, you want to try to get the fatty parts of the body so that you don't do damage. You know, just enough, you might leave a bruise, you know, so you can learn how to block. You know, it's like when they tell you if you're going to block with your forearm, you do it with the base, this part of your forearm, not way up here, because this is too close to getting broken, versus down here, where you can get like more of that fat into that. So if someone's throwing a hit, and you have been taught to block like this, you're hitting here. You're not hitting up here, unless that's like your only option and you didn't have enough time to get the block all the way up. So you want them to hit all of the fat, because the fat's gonna protect most of your muscles, unless the person you're fighting is like fucking Colossus, or they're out of your weight class, and they weigh like 300 pounds and they're kicking you, then you're pretty much in deep shit. If that be the case, let me be the first to tell you, you don't have to stand there, okay? So if you're 300 pounds and we're going and you decide to throw a tie kick, whoop, I'd be as dumb as a fucking motherfucker if I'm gonna try to block that bitch. I'm gonna try to get the fuck out the way. Now, in the event that I can't and you're already going headstrong, you know, boom, boom, and I'm boom, boom, I gotta do the best I can and pray that I'm strong enough not to get broken. Because a lot of people aren't as tough as they think they are, and a lot of people who aren't tough are tougher than they think they are. Alright? And you have to understand how durability works. Alright? See, the thing about learning martial arts is you're going to find out how tough you are. Because accidents are going to happen. Let me make that abundantly clear in case y'all missed it. You are going to find out how tough you are by training. Because accidents happen. You get a sparring partner and they're hitting you too hard and you don't let them know, they're going to keep hitting you with that same amount of strength. So you're either gonna adapt and learn how to take it and more, or you're gonna like, hey, yo, kick back a little bit. You know, you're a little bit rough, pull the kicks a little bit. And the best way to understand that is if you have to tell somebody to pull a kick, it doesn't make you weak, it makes you smart. Do not try to be Superman. Do not try to be tough. If you can only take yay so much pressure, then you know you're at your tolerance level is. Because that's really the only way you're gonna learn your tolerance level. Now some of us jacked up crazy ass people like me, I will go beyond my tolerance level because I don't know what my tolerance level is anymore. But if you knock me the fuck out, I guess I found my tolerance level. Now understand that you have to know your tolerance level while you're training. You're going to learn your tolerance level and how much more you can push yourself behind your tolerance level. So, understand you're blocking, you know, if you notice, these are up. My wrists aren't turned this way, they're turned this way, but when you're in a fight, it is not really gonna make a fucking difference because you're not gonna remember any of that shit. Because you're gonna go with what you know, your instincts are gonna kick in, and if you block this way, you're gonna block that way. If you block this way, you're gonna block that way. But it also depends on your fucking training. If you were trained to both block ways, boom, boom, you're going to block both ways. You're gonna block as the fight indoors. So if I'm boom and you're boom, and I do it again, boom, or I go boom, and then I step and turn this one. So boom, boom, you know, boom, boom. You can figure out that you can turn one hand this way. That's why they have those motions like when you go in the crane. While this hand is this way and this hand goes here and this one is down, so there, so you can push down on a kick. You understand where we're going? If you don't, it's okay. But you know, if I'm blocking boom, see I turn into that, which means this wrist turn, and if I turn back into this, it's the same motion, it's just on the other side. If I block this way, I can turn my wrist this way, or I can turn them this way. As long as they fucking hit the fat on your arm, then you're good. So kind of remember that. Now, I'm going to say some shit that I'm probably going to regret, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to own it, so I'm going to apologize first. There are some kicks that you just need to get the fuck out the way of. Alright? Let's not even sugarcoat that shit. There are some kicks you just need to not fucking be there. Tornado kick, spinning back kick, jumping spin kick. This fucking spin wheel kick here. Don't try to block that shit. If possible, when I come up here, you should be down there, sweeping my foot. Go with the spin. So if I'm spinning to my right, and you're right here, you should be sweeping to your right. And your guard should be up, because my guard was not up. That way, when you take the spinning leg, well the base leg rather, and I'm still here, and you're under here, I have no defense against that other than to block my testicles, but my leg's all yours for the taking. So you're just gonna sweep that bitch. And when you sweep that shit, I'm falling on my back. But you also wanna make sure you can get clear of the sweep. So when you sweep, your guard's gonna be up. So when you sweep, your guard's gonna be up. That way when you take my leg, if I fall towards you, you'll be able to bat me away. Because being able to protect yourself is very fucking important. You're gonna need to know that. This kick right here, don't try to block that. If you have no choice, yes. But if you can get under it, boom, Testicle City. If you can sidestep it, boom, you've pushed so you can get me out of the way. I'm in the air, so if you push me while I'm in the air, unless I'm like the great and late Kurt Thomas from Gymkata, I'm gonna fall. So unless I can pull a backflip out of that, fight's about to be yours, because if I don't land right, might break an arm, might break my freaking neck. And people have to explain some things to y'all. So that's what I'm gonna have to do right now. And then I'm gonna end the video, because I'm getting cold. First, how you land and how you fall from being swept or kicked. If you've been in wrestling, you know you take your bump, you try to get all of your back on the ground, ass, and your back, so it doesn't hurt as much. The downside of falling in general, no matter how you fall, is there's a good chance that the wind could get knocked out of you, and you don't want that feeling because you might not be able to recover. And if you can't recover from getting the wind knocked out of you, you're about to be a victim. Alright? So I understand you're about to be a victim. So that's why I said some kicks you really shouldn't even attempt to block. You know, somebody does a butterfly kick. A butterfly kick is an escape from a foot sweep. All right, it's not necessarily a usable kick. It's not an unusable kick. It just depends on who was taught what. So if I'm coming at you with a front foot sweep and you butterfly kick over me and you land safely and you ready to go, so I come from the foot sweep, I'm back up into a fighting position. You'll already be in a fighting position because you land by the time I got back around. Now, if I go mid-range, like here, like just below my waist, and you butterfly kick over that, if your feet are aiming at me, it's more than likely I'm going to get kicked by that butterfly kick. All right? I don't want to be on the other end of that. Simple as that. If I go for that foot sweep, my guard's got to be up. So if you butterfly kick, my guard's got to protect me to some degree, you know. Or if I go for that foot sweep and I go low enough that you go over my head. As you can see, as I dig out this wedgie, the butterfly, my guard's up to protect my central line. So I'm going for the foot sweep. You see my guard, all right? A lot of people foot sweep, don't even try to guard their fucking shit because they just know that foot sweep's unbeatable. No move is unbeatable. No move is really undodgeable. You just have to be ready. You know, you have to constantly be ready from move to move to move to move, all right? And if you're not ready, well, you'll get ready or you'll get up off the ground, all right? Now, like front kicks, you can block those. Boom. There's so many ways you can block a front kick. Turning round kick, you can block those. Boom, boom. There's so many ways you can block those. Hell, and if you're real smart, you can, when they go boom, same thing I taught you with the elbow, you learn with the knee. So this hand behind the leg, this hand in front of the knee, snap, sweep. Yes, that's dirty, but better you than them. So if you break the fucking leg, the fight's pretty much in your shape now. Now, if you want to be a nice person, you can block without breaking, slap here, sweep the foot, elbow into the crotch when they set up from automatic reflex, boom, right in the throat. So that's another way, but you know, you're going to have to learn how to block in actual combat. This is why I have a lot of problems with a lot of schools. I don't care how you teach. I don't care what you teach. What I care is, are you making your kids spar? At least 2 classes should have consistent sparring. And I'm going to tell you why I said that before I end the video. Because I'm getting cold. First off, if we're sparring every day, you know, we get in and that first 10 minutes, we work out, you know, get a little cardio, get our adrenaline flowing, stretch a little bit, and then go straight into sparring. So if your class is 45 minutes, only dedicate 10 minutes to form. That other 30 some odd minutes, sparring. Because your body needs to get used to taking a hit. Your body needs to get used to delivering a hit. Your body needs to know how to react. And you need to know how to block and strike, or block and strike, or block and strike. You need to know what's going to work. So if you have a 45-minute class, 10 minutes, you know, that kind of shit. The rest of the time, sparring. People are going to get tired. People are going to get work. And this is why that first 10 minutes of cardio will see how your students go. All right? Now, I know you're all thinking, why? Okay, here's the thing. I tell this to people all the time. I'm 127 pounds. It's a whole lot easier for me to maneuver around you when you're 170. You got a whole lot more weight that you got to muster up. If you're 145, we about in the same range because you only got me by 20 pounds. You're 170, I'm a little bit higher, you know, you got like a whole lot more weight that you got to get off, and then your height. So you got to put your weight and your height into the factor of your training, all right? Now, I'm not trying to say this to be a douchebag because everybody's taller than me, all right? If you're 5'9", 5'10", and you're every bit of 180, 190, even close to 200 pounds, or even if you are 200 pounds, that's a whole lot more weight that you got to distribute and distribute properly. So I can't outmuscle you, but I can outspeed you, and I can outstrike you. I just got to get in. And if your combo of speed isn't as good as mine, but you got strength, I got to make sure I don't get hit. So if I don't get hit, then I'm good. But if I'm faster and you're stronger, I need to avoid your strength. I can't outmuscle you, but I can outsmart you by using your muscle against you. If I'm going to do judo, then you're going to throw a jab, and I grab and I throw, it's all of your momentum that I'm throwing. It's not of mine. If I push you and you pull me, then you throw me. If I'm not wise enough to back off of that. If the other hand, if the shoe is on the other foot, and you're pushing me and I pull you and I turn, when I turn and rotate my hip, I'm still using your momentum. I'm just altering the path in which you were trying to send me on. Now I'm sending myself on the path, and I'm taking control of the path. So I'm judo throwing you over my shoulder. Judo throws over the shoulder is probably the easiest thing in judo you're going to learn. The rest of that shit, where you're like lapel, and locking and shit, that's not going to be an easy throw. That's going to be some work put in there. But you got to understand, if I can't get a hold of you, I can't use judo on you. Same thing with Osu. You might want to watch your feet, because I don't know if any shit's been cleaned up over there. So, yeah, you probably want to back on away from over that way. Get over in that light where you can see. Anyway, I'm about to end the video, so that doesn't matter. What does matter is that certain martial arts that require grappling, you need to be able to how to escape a grapple as well as put someone in grappling. So like old school standing jiu-jitsu, if I can't get through your stand-up game, I can't use it. New school Brazilian jiu-jitsu, if I can't get through your sit-down game or your stand-up game, I have a problem. And if I can't get to that, if you know how to fight from the ground, you're in a whole lot better area than I am, because my ground game sucks. Straight the fuck up. My ground game sucks. Unless I put you in a guillotine, or a fucking rear neck and choke, or unless I can put you in a fucking crippler crossface, or a fucking combination of a Fujiwara and a crossface, you know, I got problems. I have little to no ground game. I sucked at BJJ. My jiu-jitsu, I was taught standing up. It also involved kicks. Today's jiu-jitsu does not involve a lot of standing up, so I've been watching, I've been paying attention. But the shit I was taught is still the same shit. It's just there's kicks and there's grapples. I'm a lot better at kicks. So if you're in range, boom. Now, the same thing like with BJJ, they taught us how to sprawl. My sprawl comes with a knee. All right, just that simple. If you're coming in to grab me, boom, I'm coming up with the knee. Why am I coming up with the knee? Because it's a whole lot fucking easier to give you a knee strike than to try to push you off. If you're bigger than me, I might not be able to outmuscle you with a sprawl. But I ain't got to be strong to bring that knee to your chin. So if you're coming in and you're going to grab me, like you're going for the legs or you're going for the waist, because most people try to go for the waist, easier takedown at the legs with a double scoop, I'm bringing my knee to your face. Period. Doesn't matter. If you're closer to my right, because I'm in a fucking Wing Chun stance, boom. If I'm in a standard stance, boom. I'm bringing that knee up because it's my only fucking option. Now, if I really want to be nasty and I don't get the knees up in time and you grab me so your back is to me, I'm putting my elbows in your shit. I'm putting my elbows directly in your fucking spine. That being said, I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2, and Instagram, be seeing you. Man, this shit ain't even stop.